Good evening, good evening. What up, though? How you good people doing this evening? This is episode 7 of the DW Project, where we get the blueprint of who I am and my trials and tribulations, as well as the guests that are featured on my show for the evening. The gentleman I have as my guest this evening, close family member of mine. One of the funniest cats I know. Been through a lot. I know his story. And he has a story to tell.
I got stories
Stories.
to tell. You got enough time?
Oh, we got plenty, my nigga.
Well, let's do it.
We got plenty. One of the funniest people I know, hard-working guy, great father. As you can tell, he's a comedian as well. Host and founder of Naturally Funny ENT.
That's right.
Naturally Funny Entertainment Podcast brand. Welcome to the show this evening.
Thank you, sir.
Durante Jenkins. What's up, dude? Appreciate you pulling up, my guy. It's been a long time coming.
Oh, yeah, long time coming.
How you feeling, man?
Long time. How I'm feeling?
Yeah. Seriously.
Well, you had to bury my grandma a couple hours ago.
God bless Auntie Mo.
So, I don't know.
Going through the motions.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand,
Yeah.
man. This too shall pass. She was a great woman. She definitely left her mark on her footprints.
What?
On hearts, the ground, everything she came across and everything she touched.
Yeah.
So hopefully her and my grandma up there partying.
Oh, my grandma cooking like a motherfucker.
Oh, they cooking.
Hell yeah, she cooking like a motherfucker.
I smell a cast iron. I smell a cast iron skillet.
Hell yeah, chocolate chip pie, all that good shit.
All that good shit, man.
They was talking about that shit at the funeral. They was talking about chocolate chip pie. Like, man, I gotta get some of that.
Yeah, that shit made my ears perk up. When
man,
like
listen,
chocolate chip pie.
Nigga, that shit tastes like it came from Mrs. Fields. My grandma been making that shit since I was a kid.
Word?
Yeah, she used to play me though. Used to like, you ever been in a restaurant? Like, I like salmon and shit, right? Mm-hmm. And they'll never give you the full portion. Mm-hmm. They like they cut the motherfucker in half and sell you that shit. That's what my grandma used to do. Give me like a small piece, and the shit was addictive. Like, I like chocolate and shit. So, you know, that fucking chocolate addiction kick in, and she like, that's all you got. And I was like, Pookie. I mean, it's calling.
You was what? I was?
Like, Pookie, nigga.
No, they can do
calling. Needed it, dog.
Yeah, that's real. That's just how they talked about it during the remarks.
Man,
like, wow, chocolate chip pie.
That's just man. My grandma cook her ass off. She got a whole cookbook, and I got to get that motherfucker. A whole cookbook.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with everything written down. She got shit broke down. Man, what? All that shit broke down, big time.
God bless Auntie Mo, man.
Yeah, man.
Well, let's get to it, man. Let's talk about your origin, man. You know, where you grew up. How was your upbringing?
What tissues? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I ain't saying nothing, man. I said nothing, man. But yeah, where'd you grow up? You know, your upbringing, your background. How did everything start off for you as far as where you originated from?
Well, my dad's from 7 Mile and Van Dyke, and I guess, he's originally from Memphis. Mm-hmm. Moved here from Memphis, and my grandma and my papa followed. Mm-hmm. And my mother from Buffalo, New York, and I think they moved to Highland Park, some shit. Mm-hmm. They moved to Highland Park, and somehow they end up linking up or whatever, and bam, I had this guy.
You the oldest, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The oldest of how many?
That I know of? My daddy 8, my mama 4. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But my daddy, I don't know. That shit kind of up in the air. That nigga be humping. I love him, but
shout out to Uncle Boo, man.
Keeping it funky. But yeah, grew up in Brightmoor. That's the west side. Mm-hmm. But I was, on the east side a lot. You know that.
Of course.
7 and Van. I do that. It's the only time you'll see me doing that shit.
Of course.
Only time. But, Brightmoor upbringing, it was different. I was an adult before I was an adult. So I became the man in the house at an early fucking age. Okay. I had one of the mothers where I had to babysit, and my mom would leave out, go to work or whatever the case may be. Like, don't let nobody in, don't open the door, blah, 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 one of them type of shits. Mm. So I grew up early. I got exposed to a lot of shit early. I don't know. There's a lot of shit went on. I was just an adult. I was doing everything before I was supposed to. Besides fucking. Unless you call 15 early.
Was I? Go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah. I'm just saying. So, I guess it was right on time.
Yeah, I wasn't too far off from that, so.
Yeah. I'll never forget that shit. I remember the date and everything came.
Do you?
Hell yeah.
Remember her name?
Yeah, I ain't gonna say. You know who it is. Oh, I remember her name, motherfucker. It was December 21st, 1998.
God damn. All right.
It was on the couch, boy. That shit was quick as hell. That first time, that shit was quick as shit.
Yo. I mean, I can relate.
That shit was quick. I don't know if I was too excited. I had about 3 pumps off and my motherfucking body went in shock. It was a good ass feeling though. It was up there with no, listen, it was up there with cleaning your ear.
With the Q-tip.
Nigga, what? Yeah. Just in there, like you at the pit of your shit and you hit that spot.
You got cockeyed? You was cockeyed too?
No, niggas like I had a seizure. You listen, man. Fucking shit. This is me. You got some good coochie on the floor, and that shit good, and you get ready to bust that motherfucking nut, and your body lock up. That's how it was. It was like, oh, I don't know. That's
Trust me, my left arm went numb. I thought something.
Your left arm went numb.
I ain't worried about all that. We were talking
kind
about
of
that
shit was you on?
I don't know. It just felt different.
Fuck your arm go numb when you bust a nut.
Thought I was having a heart attack or something. I don't know. I was having a heart attack. But I'm like, I'm 17. I can't be having a heart attack.
I am curious. You said your left arm?
My shit went numb.
The only time my arm go numb is when the fucking girl was laying on my shit and they want to cuddle.
They want none of that. But I was pushing myself up on my arm, and I probably had more weight on my left than my right. So I don't know.
Let me ask you a question. We family, and I know you're gonna ask it.
Yes,
you know I don't give a shit.
Yes, sir.
Were you talking in this girl's ear?
No.
So how the fuck your arm go numb? Because you on top of her.
But the positioning though, like I had my shit was like this, and I think at that particular time.
This is your first time?
Yeah.
I'll let you slide. I'm about to say, because you supposed to know. I watched a whole bunch of goddamn porno growing up. I had no choice. With educational purposes.
Oh.
Well, I ain't going to say that's the only way, but educational purposes, and then I got these Popeye forearms and shit if y'all want to see them.
Man, please leave now, man.
What? I don't do it as much no more.
Man.
I'm older now. I don't give a damn about that shit.
But look, so what's the most important lesson that growing up in Brightmo teach you?
Don't fucking follow nobody.
Okay.
Don't follow no goddamn body. Make your own lane. Always, if you smoke weed, ask questions. Ask questions. You fuck around and hit the wrong blunt, boy, you're gonna be out at the liquor store having a conversation with your goddamn self.
I can imagine that. I can imagine that being facts. So how often do you go back to Brightmo often?
I ride through when it's necessary.
Any familiar faces? Anybody that you grew up with that's still there?
Man, everybody fucking moved. There's only a couple people, but I don't trust shit over there no more. It's different. It's different. Ain't no houses, and you can see from fucking 5 blocks over. It's bad. It's bad, but I ride through when I need to, you know what I'm saying, humble myself, I guess. Reflect. I was just over here too. I think I had a show that day, and I had walked. I used to always walk on the bridge. It's the bridge that go over 96 freeway.
I saw that. I saw you post that.
Yeah, we used to always go up there and just stand and just think about shit. Told you I grew up. I was old before I was old.
Yeah.
So
now your kids. Now, if you were to take them through Brightmo, I don't know if you have as of yet. What would you tell them? Like, what would be the one lesson that you would tell them about, or what would be the one piece of knowledge that you would tell them about how and where you grew up?
One piece of knowledge. That's a good ass question.
I got a few of those.
No, I would tell them what not to do. Cause I'm proud of where I came from, dog. I really am.
That should be.
I really am. Because I seen a lot of niggas come and go. Excuse me. A lot of motherfuckers come and go. I mean, like, go to prison, die, all types of shit. And I left that motherfucker with a clean record. Never been arrested. None of that shit. Now, have I ran from the police? Who hasn't? Who hasn't?
Yeah.
Who hasn't?
You graduated from Redford High School, right?
No, I was supposed to graduate from Redford High School. So I started high school at Cody. It's funny. I started high school at Cody. Started getting vagina. I thought vagina was more important in school for a long time. Like I would wake up just for vagina. Might have been addicted to it. I don't know. Then I ended up going, when 10th grade started, I ended up going to Redford and shit.
Okay.
Same shit, but I was going to work. I was working at, I don't give a shit, I was working at McDonald's.
Right.
McDonald's pay good, too. I still got the technique down.
They do not.
Slide that shit. It is
What was the technique?
I think you fold that shit and slide it down the mother.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so you could pull it back up if you wanted to.
No, I'm straight. I haven't been too many robberies.
Yeah, I understand.
I don't want to talk about that. I thought I was about to get shot over a fart.
This guy, man.
It's a long story, dog. Long story.
So look, right? So the topic at hand tonight, as far as turning your pain into purpose, and you're newly embarking on a comedic career. So what propelled you to actually even want to pursue that? Because a lot of people are funny, but a lot of people may not be funny enough to get on the stage. So what was it about what you felt within yourself that you could be brave enough to get on the stage and, you know, pursue a stand-up career?
God, I ain't asked for none of this. You know me, I've been funny all my life, and everybody been saying since I was a kid, you a comedian. But I pursued boxing, football, all that shit, and that shit never panned out. I wanted to play basketball, but when I didn't grow no more, that shit was dead. That shit wasn't gonna happen. And I'm about to be throwing my shit out of bounds every time I shoot it. Big dumpy ass niggas. Anyway, yeah, but it's God, and more so people telling me I'm funny, and I end up, this dude, he's cutting my hair or whatever, and he started doing comedy. And he invited me, he wanted me to come watch a show and shit. I said, fuck it, I want to go watch him. And I'm looking at this shit, and one dude went up, and I ain't gonna say he bombed, but he was just up there.
Okay.
If you get it.
Okay.
He was just up there. And I said, dog, I do this shit at work. I've been doing this shit all my life. And Mike Leary, the great Mike Leary, shout out to Mike Leary, he had a
Mike, cool dude.
Cool as shit.
Cool dude.
He had a comedy class he was doing. I ended up jumping in that and shit, and I started off. At first I was about to quit, but this lady named Aria Moody, I love her to death. That's my big sister. She you know, she talked me out of that shit because I was about to quit because I was over it. And I was just gonna try to do the podcast shit or try to see a way to, you know what I'm saying, get some bread so I get the fuck out that plant shit. But shit ended up working out. I mean, you know, working out or whatever for me. And I don't know, but last year I was bullshitting. I was really bullshitting because I was single and shit. So, you know what I was doing. Yeah. I wasn't concentrating on my craft. I wasn't taking it serious. But at the end of the year, I'm like, okay, I'm coming up on a year. I got to dig into this shit. And I dug into it and everything been fucking flowing smoothly. On top of that, I got some of that bad energy up off me too. Because when you hold grudges and just have bad energy around you, that should stunt your growth. Absolutely. And block your fucking blessings too. Absolutely. Or not even block it, slow down your blessings. Absolutely. Because your blessings be like right there. You do some fuck shit, and that shit end up getting postponed until further notice.
But you know, you and I talk a lot. And what we tend to talk about, you know, I try to be the beacon of the glass half full theory and beacon of light and beacon of peace, because I used to be in that sense. You know how angry I used to be. And you know how angry I used to be. Like, I always remember this one story where where him and I were on the phone one night. I think it was maybe around 2008, 2009. Yeah. In the height of my club days, probably like my early 20s. I was drinking Hennessy and vodka this particular night. Absolute to be exact. And just out of anger, I was the club Atlanta. I was on the phone with him.
Full-blown conversation, calm as hell.
Full-blown conversation because he had disclosed some information to me that had really pissed me off on his behalf. And I called him just to check on him.
Right.
And walking up the street, it was like 5 niggas in the lime green Focus, like riding it slow and mugging the shit out of him. And it wasn't even the fact that I was mad that they was mugging me. Like, y'all in the lime green Focus. Like this shit is insulting to me. Like, do I got whole ass nigga written across my face or something? Like, if y'all was in like a Cutlass or a Caprice or a
V8
or something,
a V8
or some,
a V8.
Okay, it may have been a little bit more I would have taken it a little bit more serious in that aspect. Bro.
Right. Oh, you gotta tell the people what you said. Don't skip over that shit.
Okay, what I say, cuz? What I say, man?
So, we on the phone and shit. This nigga said, "Hey, cuz, hold on. The fuck y'all hoe ass niggas looking at?" I said, "Dog, what the fuck going on?" He said, "These bitch ass niggas in a lime green Focus." I said, "Dog, you gotta fucking relax." And I mean, his voice carried. It was deeper than that. He was really angry about that motherfucking Focus. Man, he was. It wasn't even the niggas. It was the Focus.
It was the Focus.
But I get him, because niggas be tough to little ass cars.
It was the Focus, man. And I only said that in the sense of, I'm only bringing that up to say the anger aspect. And like I said, you and I talk a lot, and we try to bring down, I try to be peaceful in the aspect of how to go about certain shit. And, we converse a lot. And I hope a lot of my shit gets through to you. But I am definitely proud of where you at now, where you were then and where you at now, because you've adopted therapy, right?
Oh, some therapy.
How important has therapy been to you in the journey?
Have you heard about me putting my hands on somebody?
No, sir.
Have you gotta collect calls from, "Hey, cuz, I was fucked up." Oh, okay then. So it's going very fucking well. Shit. It's going very well. I recommend therapy for anybody that grew up in the hood. I mean, for any fucking body, it's necessary.
Absolutely.
Like, people will say all day, oh, you go to therapy, that means you crazy or something wrong with you. No, something is wrong if you don't seek fucking help. It's okay. You can talk to your motherfucking cousins, your homeboys, your best friends and shit like that, but ain't nothing like talking to somebody that don't fucking know you.
And that's non-biased.
Exactly.
In that aspect.
That lady had me in there crying like a motherfucker, man. I ain't bullshit. The first time
First session?
nigga, what? She said something, nigga. I just boo-hooed. I was snotting and shit. I said, man, I'm not going back up here no more.
Nah, you needed that, man.
Oh, no, this was in 2019, March of 2019.
Whenever it was.
And then I just started going back last year because it was necessary. It was necessary because I was on the verge of it.
But you needed that moment, though.
I did.
And I think we kind of have similar instances as far as how we handle situations and trauma. Like I find myself internalizing shit a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like not being expressive and not being transparent about how I felt. Like I mentioned on here plenty of times. Like, right. I used to move in the sense of adopting the stigma of niggas ain't supposed to show emotion. Niggas ain't supposed to be transparent.
Can I piggyback off of that?
Go ahead. Do you think
that shit comes from us as kids? We close in age, so just imagine. Like now, if you was to have when I was a kid, right? Both of us. Mm-hmm. If you fail, right? You fail, you can be bleed like a motherfucker. You start crying, man, shut your ass up. You a man. Men don't cry, blah, blah, blah.
That's trauma.
And it's still them blocking you from showing your fucking emotion. Yeah. That's all they said.
Yeah.
Anytime you fall or you hurt yourself, you ain't hurt. Yeah. So that's why it's a lot of motherfuckers walking around this bitch mad as fuck now because they don't know how to express them fucking emotions. And it's a lot of them motherfuckers that like motherfuckers that's walking around mad than a motherfucker because they don't know how to show them motherfucking emotions. Mm-hmm. Hope that don't get us in trouble, but I'm just saying, there's a lot of suspect shit going on and niggas don't want to just, hey, I like penis. Did I go too far?
What the fuck?
I'm not lying. It's the truth. There's a lot of that shit going on.
There's a lot of bitch made niggas out here, man.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say bitch made, but there's a lot of niggas that's not comfortable in their own fucking skin.
But a lot of those people don't really feel like, in the sense of where when you get complacent in that, you get people that get comfortable in that.
Right.
And when you deal with that type of situation, as far as
shit now,
people who and a lot of people don't know any better.
I had to show the camera.
Oh, okay.
Fool. Shit. So hell you talking about? Do your thing. No, I'm about to. Shit.
But no. Part of me starting this whole podcast was to encourage, as far as to encourage brothers to be okay with being more so in tune with being transparent as far as how they feel.
Damn.
That's shit fire.
Hell yeah, go ahead. I ain't gonna eat this shit. They gonna be smacking this shit.
Part of this was for me to be transparent about, being okay with brothers releasing their feelings and expressing how they feel and how to go about dealing with the remedies and embracing therapy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the right therapist.
Right.
You know, and I know a lot of times we're so secluded in our own feelings that we don't like being expressive to the right therapist. But when you find that person,
I love Dr. Barlow.
shout her out, man.
Shout out to Dr. Barlow.
Okay, all right. Shout out to Dr. Barlow.
Shit, I'm telling you, she in Southfield. I would give out her damn information, but I don't know.
I mean,
Dr. Barlow,
we'll get
cool
to
as
that.
hell.
We'll get to that. But no, that was a lot of the instance of why I wanted to start this, because I didn't really see a select few as far as locally. You know, we get the podcast about financials and things of that nature, which is great. Which I'm not like, which is great. But a lot of us can't even function past the bed or getting out the bed to even get to that point.
Mm-hmm.
And what I was cognizant about is trying to get people to the point to where they want to get out of bed and have a functional day moving forward.
Right.
A lot of people don't even feel like getting the fuck out the bed.
They don't.
Especially men.
They don't.
We go up, we get up, we go about our day, no feelings, no emotions, internalize shit, and then we just go home, get argued, screamed at, sit there, play the video game, and go to fuck to sleep. That's not life, bro. That's just existing. That ain't living.
A lot of motherfuckers just existing. I was one of them niggas that was just existing until the corona shit happened. Mm-hmm. I was just living.
That's why corona actually helped me in the notion of consulting and a therapist. Like, I was internalizing shit for years. I should have been in therapy probably about 10 years ago. 10, 15 years ago.
You should have been in therapy when you wanted to blow up that lime green Focus.
You're probably right. But nonetheless, I should have been in therapy a long time ago.
Me too.
And my way of addressing shit was not addressing shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's more of a liability than an asset, and it does more detriment than anything in a positive realm. So when you move like that and you motion like that, COVID didn't do shit, like my therapist mentioned on the first episode. COVID didn't do shit but bring everything that you was internalizing to the surface. That's it.
Damn.
So everything I harbored, all the shit about my grandma, all the shit about how I grew up, where I grew up, everything that I thought my Joe Cool ass was just bypassing, was just sliding off my back, but it really was just chilling and waiting for a moment to kind of be
right, surprise, motherfucker.
Yeah, released from being dormant and shit. All that shit came to the surface.
That's true.
And it forced me to be in the seat to where, like, okay, I need to talk to somebody.
Right.
I need to talk to somebody. And even that in itself, it was hard as fuck to even get to a spot of being vulnerable enough. And I think that's what we struggle with the most, is being black men.
Because of what I said
vulnerable
about
to even admit
you
that
not
shit.
showing your fucking emotions because of how we were raised. That's what that shit goes back to.
Yeah.
That's what that shit goes back to.
Yeah, because even in the sense of that, like how we grew up, shout out to the village. But, you know, the village taught us a lot of what not to do.
Facts.
As well as it taught us a lot of what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And they led by example.
Yep.
And a lot of that, when you in the midst of that and you in the blender of all that, you're not really realizing how all that shit really affects you. Until you get old, until you process different, until your mind starts working different.
Until you get a fucking son, a child of your own, and you start processing shit differently. So me having a son,
I'm about to say, tell me about Junior. How did Junior?
Can't talk about Junior. I get to talk about my son, and I get emotional. Nigga, I'm not about to drop. I'm not crying on TV. I'm not crying on TV.
Nigga, that's what
I got real
here,
too.
man. Nobody want to hear that shit.
You got me
man.
fucked up. Now I'm crying all day. Nigga.
Talk about Junior, how Junior done changed your shit, nigga.
Damn, this nigga trying to make me boo-hoo.
Nah, we trying to be real, nigga.
I'm being real. You trying
Talk
to bring
about how Junior changed your
bring out
shit.
some shit. All right, I'm gonna put this down. This shit good as hell. She put, I don't know.
That's an X fire with the pans and the pots, man.
I keep eating. I ain't picked this rib up. They like, nigga sucking the shit out that bone. Mind your business. Mind your goddamn business. No, my son, man. Oh my goodness, both of them blessings.
Great kids, man.
Pure blessings.
Great kids, man.
Both of them. Oh my God.
Shout out to Junior and Coco, man.
I'm crying because I got my allergies. That's why I'm tearing
We
up.
don't care where it came from, man.
I do.
That shit, man.
I got a reputation.
I don't, nigga. You know I love you, nigga. So I don't. You know this is.
I've been emotional all day. Told no bear my
I understand.
This shit good, dog. No, but No, just him, and then me being responsible for other fucking men because people are following behind me and shit. It make you move differently. You know what I'm saying? Move totally different.
Did Junior slow you down though? Like did
Hell no.
No?
Wouldn't even slow down from.
I mean, as far as
from
like,
the way I was moving.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Just that.
He was a godsend, man.
Hell yeah.
He was a godsend, man.
The last thing you want is to have a fucking kid and have somebody else raising your fucking kid. Now you can't do shit. And I ain't built for prison. And ain't nobody touching his
That's
ass.
some real shit to
See,
say.
I'm gonna have to kill
a lot
myself.
A lot of niggas swear they built for that shit.
You know why? Listen, you got me fucked up. Can you see me on here? I'm happy you said that. Say that one more time.
A lot of niggas swear they built for that shit.
Them niggas got fucking a family in prison. Period. Any niggas that's willing to risk their fucking freedom, anytime I hear motherfuckers say I don't give a fuck about going to jail, you think about that shit. I want to go home. I want to do that. I like vagina. I don't want a nigga, when I play basketball, I don't like hooping with niggas with their fucking shirts off. So why the fuck when I want to go to prison?
I tell people.
And then if I grow my hair out, you gotta sit between the nigga legs. Fuck that.
I tell people all the time, you want to cut off my supply? That's a selling point enough for me. That's a selling point enough for me.
Then you gotta watch your
law-abiding
surroundings.
citizen at that point. I'm straight, man. Like I'm not on none of that, bro.
You gotta watch your surroundings all the time. Like you can die from getting poked with a toothbrush, nigga.
That's a fact.
Can you imagine that? How he died? He got stabbed with a toothbrush.
I think
With a piece of toothbrush.
I think what pains me more too, as far as like even staying on the topic of what we're talking about tonight, like it's so even in the circumstances of where those gentlemen are, and like I said, I'm not inclined to even want to be a part of that in that sense.
Right.
So many talented niggas behind those walls.
A lot. Because
so
you know why?
Many talented
it goes back
those walls,
to
man.
emotions.
I'm gonna show y'all something real quick.
It goes back to emotions.
I'm gonna show y'all something.
It goes back to fucking emotions. A lot of niggas can't control their fucking emotions. There's a lot of niggas in jail for killing females, all beating up females, all types of shit because they don't know how to control them fucking emotions.
I'm gonna show y'all something real quick. See this wallet? My pop's been incarcerated for 35 years. He made this wallet for me handmade when I was 14 years old. I've used this wallet every day since he made it for me. I mean, this is groundbreaking time.
Mm-hmm.
And these are the things that we have to deal with as a culture, as far as the black man being a stronghold and letting temporary feelings make permanent decisions, as far as getting inclined into those situations.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a whole different level of pain, man. Like,
I can only imagine, brother. But the crazy thing is, you got a relationship with your pops, and your pops been behind bars for 35 years.
and that's why I cherish our relationship, because I see how dudes move out here
And
with their
they-
kids
and
that they
they-
got access to every day.
And they don't fuck with them at all.
And they don't.
And that shit is sad as hell. And
they
that's
don't.
why I go so hard with my son. They be like, they thought his mama was dead. Because I had him so much. I said, no, his mama not fucking bitter. And we got a dog ass fucking relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And she knows she can't fucking raise that boy to no fucking man.
Mm-hmm.
And put all this shit off on me, which is good. I'm relishing that shit, dude. Because I'm giving him something that I didn't have. Although my father was around and me and him always bang heads and shit. But as you get older, you kind of figure that shit out. Me and him we think the same.
Yeah.
And we both bullheaded them motherfuckers.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then plus a bitter fucking woman, since we talking, a bitter fucking woman, the lady that he had sex with that made me, I don't even want to call the motherfucker a mother. I'm not about to go there, I swear to God. You told me to talk. You told me to talk. I'd be eating ribs.
Talk good. Talk.
No, but she's one of them bitter motherfuckers that she constantly talked about my dad all the time and tried to turn me into him. Turn me against him. And had me mad at him for fucking years. And my father never said anything bad about her. Never. Not one fucking time. Not one time. Me and him talked about that shit, chopped it up about the shit.
You know that is something underrated in regards to parental relationships, about how fathers are perceived in a pretty terrible fucking light.
Mm-hmm.
Just based on the personal feelings and the element of what that parental relationship is like, which I think is totally unfair to the kid, their development, their evolution.
But motherfuckers don't be giving a shit. Either a male, either the father or the motherfucking mother.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? They don't be giving a shit as long as they feel like they got something accomplished by doing this shit. Like the shit that's going on now. You see at the fucking funeral. I go there too. I don't fuck with the lady. I'm not about to pretend to none of that shit. And like I had conversations with my grandma before she passed. She knew how I felt. But if I didn't have that conversation with my grandma, I probably would have hugged the lady. But you ain't been no motherfucking mother, and my kids don't know you. So you can miss me with the fraud shit. And you starting all this goddamn shit. I'm just thinking, like, nigga, as I get close to 40, all this shit is processed and everything is fucking lining up, and I got a better understanding of shit. You know what I mean?
So, how have you been able to translate everything that you just kind of specified as far as growing up, the relationship with your mother? How is that translated into you wanting to go on the stage? Has it helped you get on the stage? Has it hindered you? Because I know you said you kind of been in and out of it and kind of... At first it hindered me because I didn't want to bring that shit out. But after talking to Dr. Barlow, and I got to talk about Mama, she ended up kicking me out of her office too. I ain't do nothing wrong. Did? Yeah, I be talking my shit. If I had said something, she bust out laughing. Bye, Mr. Jenkins. Like, she put me fuck out. This shit was funny as hell. Yeah. But I talked to her about the shit, and I asked her, I like, would it be okay if I did that shit? And she said, you know what's crazy? A lot of comics see therapists. A lot of entertainers. A lot of comics see comedy as a therapy, too.
No, it's there, and that's what she said. It is therapy. Yeah. And I thought about the shit. Nigga, I went through all this shit. I battled depression for a long ass time. I beat depression on my fucking own without therapy.
Talk about it.
In 2019. I beat that shit. I had a fucking breakthrough. It was weird as hell. I was in the shower. I broke down. I don't know what the fuck happened. It reminded me when Ronte's mom was pregnant with him, and she wasn't crying, didn't have no damn sense. Nigga, I was crying every fucking day. For no reason. I'd be at work. I was driving high-low. I was going in the trailer, just crying. I could be listening to Lil Jon, just crying. What the fuck is going on? But that's when I figured out. Then I was addicted to fucking Snickers ice cream from Baskin & Robbins. I had so many of them motherfucking cups.
You took on her symptoms for real.
Nigga, what? And I was moody as hell. I mean, nigga, I was boo-hooing until I figured out. I was at South Park playing one day. I went off on everybody. Fuck all y'all. Got my car pulled off fast as hell. Jumped on 96. What I do?
You good.
Oh, I probably had a booger or something. I said, that's about to be bogus.
You good.
Yeah, I jumped on 96. You know how you start talking to yourself? I was like, man, what the fuck is going on? Oh, baby. Man, I went back to apologize, niggas, bought them niggas some weed and shit. Yeah. But back to that shit. It's that bitter female shit, dog. And I think one of the problem is when the son look like the father and the mother got a problem with the father, the son becomes the enemy. That's some deep shit. I know. That's some deep shit.
You might be on to something, man.
It's the truth. If motherfuckers, I look like my daddy.
Yeah.
There's no reason for her not to know her fucking grandkids. I never disrespected that woman. And I got all the motherfucking shit in this phone. So if motherfuckers go, oh, you did such and such, such and such. I got fucking fucking screenshot of her talking shit to Ronte mama about me. And then talking shit to Ronte mama. Now, one thing you're not gonna do is disrespect the mother of my kids. I don't give a fuck what our relationship is. We laid down, have sex, they gave me a baby. Children are fucking blessings, and I ain't gonna let nobody fuck with them. Motherfucker set my car on fire. Well, she ain't set my car on fire. She actually sketched the shit out of my door, though.
That's sketch. Damn.
Yeah, she keyed the shit out of my car, but I say that's for another day.
Yeah.
She keyed the shit out that motherfucker. I ain't even do nothing.
Now, who were some of your influences that actually compelled you to want to get into comedy? Like, who did you watch?
Eddie Murphy.
Eddie.
Coming to America. Shit, Red Fox. Robin Harris. Shit, Dave Chappelle. His birthday day after mine, too. That explains a lot.
Virgo shit.
Yeah, I know, right? Kevin Hartass. Deion Cole. I don't know if you watched him. That motherfucker's hilarious. He's a fucking genius.
Deion funny as hell.
Fucking genius. Shit, this motherfucker's from the city too. Michael Leary, motherfucking Martini Harris. Man, it's a lot of fucking talent here, and we don't support each other either. You'll be surprised. There's so much fucking talent. Like me, baby girl. Shit, I didn't know. So got to make something out of nothing.
So where you want to take this to? Like, ultimately, what's your goal with comedy? Like, what platform or how far do you want to take it? You want to take it as just something?
I don't want to be mentioned with one of the best motherfuckers before my heart stopped. Cause I've always been fucking funny, and I know what I bring to the table. I've been funny since I was a kid. Always entertained. It's something I do. You be around my kids, well, shit, Cole, she funny as shit.
Shout out to Cuz. Shout out to baby Cuz Coco, man.
Best friend, shit. He an asshole. He funny as hell too. But Cole, she funny as hell. It falls in the gene. Like my cousin that was in a wheelchair. He think he might do comedy. You know what I'm saying? He funny the motherfucker. The whole goddamn family fucking funny. Your ass could do comedy if you wanted to.
I mean, they don't really know that, but
This nigga funny as hell. You can either do that or do that goddamn that shit.
spoken word
Yeah,
shit.
motherfucker.
I actually thought about
No,
that.
I bet.
But I do got some stories to tell too, especially about my club days.
Which one? I want to hear this one.
Oh, you know the one about
The high sodium?
Yeah. Okay, so look, right. So this is during the Four Loco era. You wasn't there. You had to fucking be there.
No, the fuck you didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, you did. One and done. So during my Four Loco era, I had this thing when I would go out. And granted, I was about 60 pounds lighter, a lot more attractive, even though I'm fine now. But nonetheless, I had this thing with being on the dance floor and licking random women while I'm dancing with them. This is not a shock value or anything. This is real fucking facts.
I was on the phone.
So I would go out, dance with certain women, and under the power of the Four Loco, I'm not copping that plea for myself. I'm not doing that. That wasn't me. I would lick women on the dance floor, which in turn would but the crazy thing is I never got pushed, I never got mushed, I never got punched, looked at crazy, they just kind of went with it. Until one morning I woke up and my mouth tasted like cherry blossom Bath and Body Works. And Morton's iodine salt. That was it for me. That was it for me. But as far as comedy and shit, like I'm not getting into that shit, man. I'm not getting into that, man. Like my shit has been a movie like since my 20s, man. I just really
I know.
I just really been on some chill shit.
I'm thought we was drug dealers and shit.
Thought we was drug dealers.
That shit was funny.
I got fired from Target at Eastland, and this when Marvin was Marvining back in the day.
Man, fuck Marvin.
No, Marvin got a nigga right. Pause. I used to always leave. I had an OPP jacket, one of them dope dealer jackets. I had a dope dealer jacket. I would take a book bag with me everywhere I go. I had that clean ass 07 Monte Carlo too.
I always had that fucking bag in the trunk.
Book bag always in the trunk. My mama came out one day. This nigga had pulled up. But why the fuck y'all in the trunk? I'm just kind of looking at situations as far as what's in my trunk. I'm trying to see if I got spares. If I got a tire iron, she wasn't buying none of that.
Hell no, but you was always in that damn book bag. And you was always in the book bag when I pulled up. Every time. Oh, and they ain't make it bad because I had that fucking Caprice. So it really looked bold.
The gray and orange one?
Yes. Everybody thought I sold drugs. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers asked me for weed. Nigga, I'm pumping gas early in the morning, getting ready to go to work. And the motherfuckers say, hey, dog, you got some weed on you? I said, no, what the fuck makes you think I got some weed? The car? Man, get the fuck on. Then I went to get my car washed. Dude was like, man, you got a sack on you? Talking about my balls?
No.
Bust out laughing. No, you got some weed on you. I said, dog, you think I sell weed because of this car? Yeah. Hey, man, take this $10. Take this $2 extra for my tire shine and fuck off.
You went through a lot with that car, too.
I did.
You went through a lot with
I really did.
Car, man.
I really did. White lady ran up on me, opened my car door. I was in Farmington. I'm like, nah, if I would have did that shit to you, I would have went to prison. What happened? Y'all stop?
No, we good.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what that meant.
We good. Keep talking, man.
Oh, yeah. Trying to open my damn door and shit. But I had one of these back in the day and all this other shit. And I'm like, man, you almost made me shit my pants. I don't have no type of weapon here, nothing. And I'm out here where I ain't supposed to be at. Wasn't supposed to be across 8 Mile. I ain't had no insurance.
All right, so one other thing I want to bring up too, real quick, is you the host and you're the founder of Naturally Funny Entertainment, right?
Yes, sir.
So how did that come about, and how have you been able to sustain it throughout the time that you found it?
Once again, Corona. When Corona shit happened, I was sitting at home, all them goddamn kids with my ex at the time. It was like four of them in the house, just running, making a bunch of damn noise. That's when I found out I like wine too. Stella is the shit. I love fucking Stella. Yeah. God damn. Once you getting your groove back. Anyway, I started getting fat from that shit. And it's like fucking March. I was watching Drink Champs, fucking $1 million worth of game. Who else had a podcast? There was a couple motherfuckers. I was just watching podcasts every day. I'm like, dog, I can do this shit. I don't do nothing but talk shit all damn day anyway. And then while I was sitting down, and I'm like, okay, so I'm thinking of names. I typed in a couple of shits. I was gonna call it Shop Talk, but that shit was already taken. And I was gonna call it Shop Talk because I work at the plant. So that shit ain't pop up. I said, what resonates with you? Thinking. I'm funny. Naturally fucking funny. Naturally funny ENT. Boom. I told my man what I was looking for, and he drew the fucking logo out. And it's been on ever since. But it's been up and down. Had co-host issues, and then my man moved out of state. Just shit on top of shit. But that's where it came from, though.
That's dope, man. And when y'all get a chance to check out all the previous episodes. What you want, like?
Episode
60,
58. Right? Yeah, I'm on. Yeah, it just put up 58 the other day.
Funny shit, man. Funny shit. Yeah. Real content.
It would have been 59, but you know,
I know.
Yeah, they took one off.
Then
started blocking me, shadow banned and shit. I'm shadow banned on every fucking thing now that I think about it. Hey, you might want to take me off this motherfucker. I just thought about that shit, nigga. I'm shadow banned on Facebook, goddamn TikTok for sure. Even Instagram, maybe. But TikTok, yeah.
Are you openly offending people?
I'm not offending anybody. And they be pissed off on Facebook because a lot of motherfuckers be shooting their shot and I be talking shit. Like, if I see somebody, okay, so listen, I'm one of these type of people. If I see some shit, I'm going to speak on it. Like, I just seen this goddamn female, it's 5 o'clock, I'm pointing outside and shit, I'm still high, I'm sorry. This goddamn female on the freeway, they tried to cut me off. Motherfucker had on a bonnet. It's almost 6 o'clock. What the fuck are you doing with your life? A bonnet at almost 6. Then she rolled her window down in the Chrysler 200.
This guy, man.
And the fucking front end was dangling like a gay man's hand. That's a safe word. I said gay man's hand.
Yeah, that's why right there.
Why?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because you offend people with sensibilities. Everybody does not have a lack of sensibilities such as yourself.
Did I say something wrong?
No, you didn't. It's not about right or wrong.
Okay.
It's what it is about. Is what the masses think.
Well, listen. I said the gay man. I don't want any problems with anybody. I gotta
smoke with them, man.
I don't want no smoke with no goddamn body because I'm damn sure ain't fight them. Damn sure ain't fight them. I don't want no smoke with nobody. I would go down a list of people I don't want no smoke with, but this is my cousin shit, so I'm gonna leave it alone. Oh, they trying to wrap it up. I done got in trouble.
Ain't no man, you ain't did nothing crazy.
Oh,
man.
okay,
you
cool.
Talk like this all the time.
Oh, she leaned over. She did. I see.
Nah,
you see how fast it moved?
But if you had a piece of advice to give anybody that's looking to pursue anything in comedy or just move forward from the trauma and the pain that you've dealt with, what would be one piece of advice that you'll give somebody?
Make sure be confident in your shit and make sure you got something to talk about. Because if you jump on that stage, they will eat your ass up. That shit is like similar to being scared of a dog. Only the dog can know if you know what I'm saying. It's the same shit. But you get on that stage, you turn into Eminem at the beginning of the fucking 8 Mile.
Throwing up and shit.
Yeah, I didn't throw up. I get gassy. I know you eating, so I'm shut the fuck up.
I appreciate you, bro.
I've been nervous as hell. I don't even eat before I fucking perform. I be starving, dehydrated as hell. Don't eat nothing. I done told him before too. I done got up there, but that's a piece of advice. And if you feel like you can do it, you gotta fucking put that work in. You gotta put that work in. You gotta write. right, constantly. And everything that's funny to you not gonna be funny to everybody else. But still fucking do it. And it's not easy, but if you feel you can do it, man, don't let nothing stop you. Even if you above age, it's like they tell motherfuckers you too old to be rapping, or they tell people you too old to go to school and shit like that. Don't listen to motherfuckers. They just mad because they can't do what the fuck you doing at the end of the day. So that would be my advice. And follow your damn dream. Don't let nothing stop you. Even the people that's in your inner circle. If motherfuckers speaking negative on what you try to do, cut them the fuck off, because they ain't for you.
100%. 100%, man. Man, give everybody all your handles, man. I know you got about 17 of them motherfuckers.
You want to do that shit soon as I put the damn food in my mouth.
I mean,
this shit's so good, and it's cold, and it's still fucking good.
Fire.
Okay, my podcast is Naturally Funny ENT on YouTube. Things on Spotify. Probably some other shit. I don't know. On Facebook, I'm DeRonte Jenkins, DeRonta Jenkins. Same thing on Instagram. TikTok is Naturally Funny ENT, or my name. It's one of the two. I don't remember. And also, if you don't have anything to do, Detroit, on April 14th and April 15th, I will be opening up for the great Martini Harris. He's been in the game for like 30 plus years. Funny as hell. If you haven't seen him, you need to get your ass up and go see that man. Funny as shit. And also have a show on the 21st. Oh, and that show was at Burt's on Broadway. And also have a show on the 21st at 2928 Studios on 6 Mile in Southfield. And yeah, it's my 1 year anniversary show. So if you don't have anything to do, show up. As you can see, I do have a problem, but I might not be funny to you. But if you want to see me bomb, come on out. You still gonna laugh.
Sure laugh. Real shit.
I'll laugh.
Well, look, everybody. It's been episode 7. It's a wrap. Appreciate my cousin and my guest, DaSean Jenkins, comedian DaSean Jenkins, for pulling up.
Oh, I don't like that shit. Still, that's uncomfortable to hear, bro.
What?
Comedian. I know, dog. But still, it take a minute.
I mean, I get it.
Take a minute.
But it is what it is, though. You better start embracing that shit, man. You'll be all right.
I like that shit.
Yeah, so it's been episode 7. Thank you guys for tuning in. As graciously as I appreciate y'all being here every week. You know, y'all don't have to be here. You can be anywhere else in the world, but you're here with me. So
keep talking.
I'll see y'all next week. And if it doesn't kill you, it'll make you stronger. I know it's cliche, but I'm a walking testament of that.
Me too.
See y'all next week.
That shit's strong too. God damn, this shit good.
See y'all next week. Peace, love.